Wow. Greetings. Welcome to Muse and Magic 1111. Thanks for stopping by my channel for yet another uh, deep dive into this current reading. I'm not going to do twin flames today. I'm going to do something specifically for you, Capricorn. So, um, as we're getting closer and closer to Capricorn season, right? We have Sag, and then we'll be in Capricorn soon enough. So, typically with the beginning of my readings, I like to, let me introduce myself first, slow down. My name is Aisha, coming to you from Bay Area, California. Again, thanks for stopping by. Typically at the beginning of my readings, I like to play some type of a song that is very relevant. I feel like my angels, my ancestors, universe always communicates to me specifically with music. And I would do that today, except for it's cold outside. I have my heat on. And typically I do this thing when I have the heat on, I still like the fan to be going. And for some reason with the fan on, it just, the music that I play from YouTube, it just doesn't um, come on the video or translate and transfer to the video that I'm recording properly. It'll be really kind of stagnant or either kind of choppy. And so I learned that the hard way with the Libra reading. And I'm sorry, Libras, if you're out there cross watching and whatnot. I didn't want to record a whole hour's worth of messages though. So it's just in the very beginning and I just kept it moving. So with that being said, I'm going to jump right into this reading. We're going to forego the music this time. And honestly, I just feel like that's just the spirit of this reading anyway, the energy of this reading. It just doesn't need an introduction because you guys need these messages. And I don't even feel like there's a song right now that I can think of. Nothing came up in spirit. It usually comes very quickly. Nothing really came up for me to give you guys on that side of things. So let's just dive into it, okay? I want to give a read about what's going on with in general in your life, but particularly with your finances and of course with relationships. Okay. So first card here is the Five of Wands, which is the card of conflict and arguments and disagreements. I don't know why I want to say the word disgruntled. Not that disgruntledness is a word, or maybe it is. Shit, I don't know. I'm always making up words, right? So, but I just feel this angry or anger or I don't know, this angry energy, okay? I want to say very Martian type energy. Yeah, so this is conflict. To clarify that, sorry, gonna need to use my little light. Okay. So to clarify that, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is about financial issues, financial woes, possibly, probably feeling overworked and underpaid, possibly, but maybe there's even some thought of like, what am I doing this all for? Like, you know what I mean? There's no motivation to go out and work really hard or to get all of these coins because it's almost like there's too much conflict and too much worrisome, bothersome energy. Like, what am I doing, right? Yeah, so I mean, unfortunately, this is the Eight of Wands in reverse, so this is just kind of indicative of there being some type of issues around relationship and love where, okay, this is the song I should have played, clearly, because it's coming through now. Uh, I'm hearing SZA, No Love, okay? It's kind of like what I'm on right now, I ain't giving no love. It's just going to be on some, excuse my not so French, but it's just going to be on some fuck shit. That's what it's going to be about, okay? Because I'm not giving no love. I don't know. Like I hear somebody saying I'm done. Like every other day, it's like I'm done. You know what I'm saying? And you haven't quite figured that piece out. But you're carrying a lot on your back. This is the Ten of Wands. This is Whew, weighed down with problems, weighed down with the heaviness, weighed down. It's like very heavy load. You know, someone in this situation could just have a lot of responsibility. This could be children, it could be many jobs, it could be many commitments. It's like, you know, you tie into family and then you wear all these hats. And so when you think about, you know, a disconnect or a walk away or even going into hibernation for a while, it's like your main mind is worried and bogged down because it's like I'm in it, like I'm committed to all these things and all these different roles and all these commitments. And so how do I sever ties from all of that when I'm trying to restore myself? How do I, like, whew, this feels like a lot. um Five of Pentacles. So this is stagnancy and delays around money. So again, like I said, confirming that there is something financial going on, a little funky or wonkiness around that. This is the Hermit. So this is, I hear Spirit saying like you can be in a household full of people but still feel alone, still feel lonely, you know. So that's what I'm getting from this loneliness energy, this being there but not present, very unattached, you know, no peace. And yeah, there's time needed alone, time needed to kind of recoup, revive, regenerate, restore, like your energy. I'm not even talking about like a relationship situation or a job situation, just restore yourself. Yeah, and so, okay, so these money issues or the lack thereof, the struggle of it all, um, this is the second reading I've done like this where it's related to the relationship. It's like somebody's out in the cold or somebody's, needing to come in from the cold, but it's cold up in that space. Wherever you are, it is cold. It's cold. Refrigerator, freezer cold. You know what I mean? Like icy cold. And the Lovers is in reverse. So I get the feel that this is not a romantic time. This is not a time of romance. It's just kind of, it's struggle. It's struggle in relationships, struggle in communication, struggle in finances. Like it's a lot of struggle for and this imbalance, like this, almost like you're struggling to just kind of get a thought. You know what I mean? To get balanced enough to even have clear thought. Okay. So we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. This is again frustrations and feeling bound and gagged. So it's frustrated, feeling bound and feeling gagged, but kind of rebelling against it because this is in reverse. So kind of rebelling against feeling that way. And this is really due to interesting. This is the Page of Cups. So this is a young feminine energy, a younger woman possibly, or even if they're not younger in age, they're just younger in maturity. And so this is a somewhat of an immature-esque. A lot of that keeps coming up. Um, that kind of energy, and it's like I almost hear. Remember in the Wiz, "Don't Nobody Come Telling Me No Bad News," that song. But that's what it is. It's like every time you come home, every time you come. Mm-mm, mm. Every time you come home, or every time they come around, or every time they come over, whatever your situation, you know how it resonates. It's like every time they come around. And notice that I'm talking about the energies because anybody can be in the masculine or feminine energy, okay? Um, but every time they're around or you're around each other, there's no good news. It's like complaining and conflict and back and forth, or it's just, it's, it's just, wow. So this is, the death card. Of course, this means the ending of something and possibly new beginnings, but definitely like some ending here. And it's unfortunate because children are involved. Children are involved, and I hope, uh, no authoritative figure has to be involved. You know what I'm saying? That would be really suck. Um, if other people have to get involved in your business. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. Again, somewhat of a younger masculine energy. So maybe someone came, a younger person came, or this is about a younger male, and there's this news or this message that came in. Sorry, I hate that I keep shining that on the thing. So either that or there's something, some message coming into you through someone who may be masculine or some younger masculine. But something about, communications coming in, okay? And whether that's already happened through someone who is younger, whether it's happened about someone that is younger, but something about that communication coming in. Let me see. Yeah, so yeah, this is an immature feminine energy. And it's almost like, I feel like there's some issues of either control or jealousy and insecurities here. I feel like, an interesting Capricorn, Devil is your card, right? That's your energy. Um, and in this card, you can always see, although it's in reverse, okay, that, um, someone feels bound here, but at the end of the day, you're only bound because you want to be. It's like you could totally free yourself. You know what I mean? So trying to get up out of this devil energy, trying to get up out of this, feeling of being bound and weighed down, is what's surrounding. And the emperor is in reverse. The emperor in the upright really needs no true introduction or explanation. That is someone who is very powerful, very alpha, very, you know, very much driven,. Stable. But this is the exact opposite. It's like there's no real stability, no stability in the relationship, no stability about where it's headed or where it's going or whatever because of the conflict, because of the finances. Like, okay. So it's almost like there was this, um, maybe that was the basis. Maybe that was the foundation, what the finances look like, what the finances could look like, or some type of superficiality here, some type of, I almost want to say trickery. It's like, this connection comes together because of what you can do for me and what we can look like together, what we can look like to our people, what we can look like to Instagram, to social media, to what we can look like on paper. Okay? That's not a real foundation. I've never seen a house built on paper. Okay? It needs cement. It needs strong material. It needs unbreakable material, right? Um, so this is about hard work. Either hard work needing to be done or it's just taking too much hard work to keep this thing together, to keep this, to keep working at this. It's just too much hard work. Like it's really, I almost want to say perilous, but it's really, um, it's like someone's asking themselves, is it even worth it? And you kind of know the answer to that. It's really not because you've kind of been working at it and this is the end result. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's really nowhere to go from here if nothing and no one is going to change from this situation, right? Well, that's pretty heavy. Let's talk about this relationship. Let's get into what's really going on. Like, let me get the description of the story here. What is the background story on this relationship, Spirit? That just feels very heavy. And I'm becoming, you know, it's, what is it? Oh, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. God, 4 minutes away. But I am very tired. I'm exhausted at this point. You know, I'm tired of talking. My voice is getting scratchy. It's like, what I'm saying is that's the reading. You know, you or both parties or the other party, somebody is just tired of talking. My throat hurts. My head hurts. My body aches. Like, I'm just tired of going through this over and over again. Right? Oh, wow. So, first card out is calling in your soulmate. What's the story here? Okay. Okay, so what it looks like here is that this was a situation where you thought that your prayers were being answered, like your prayers and affirmations, and you were manifesting your soulmate. Okay. You thought that, you know, in doing this, this was going to take control of your life. Like I said, it was like a situation where this really looked great on paper. It looked, you know, you felt in control. It was something that you could control, right? Or whatever. You were the control freak in this situation in certain ways in the beginning. You know, it just, you were the one who stepped up and stepped into the authoritative or the leadership role. Okay. What you didn't do, though, is pay attention to the red flags. I say that because it's in reverse. So instead of paying attention, you turned a blind eye. You did not pay attention to the red flags. Okay. It was never really safe for you to, I won't say safe. It was never really a decision maybe you should have made to get into this situation. And I say that because it just looks like you were you were the one kind of putting this feminine on a pedestal, and I almost want to say a pedestal she didn't deserve. Or if you're a feminine, you put this masculine on a pedestal that he didn't deserve. Okay. And then everything just kind of started going and going and going. So I almost want to say, not that it came together really soon, but just things happened quickly. Something happened and it fast forwarded the situation to what it was. Okay. So then you keeping an open mind, you know what I'm saying? It just ended up being this time that was spent together, almost like this honeymoon phase in this time. And then next thing you know, there was a wedding, right? Wow. Next thing you know, there was a wedding. Next thing you know, there's children, and voila, right? This is my soulmate. except for the one thing that was lacking was an expression of true unconditional love. Okay? But again, red flags were being ignored. So there was a breaking of trust somewhere. Someone broke someone's trust, and and yeah, it almost looks like a child is involved here. And this is the card of trust. So maybe this trust that was broken was regarding a child or surrounding around children or something like that. But at any rate, something transpired with trust. Trust was broken. And even in that, it was like you guys still tried to give this relationship another chance. Somebody gave the relationship another chance. Somebody decided to stay and work on it. But at some point, there was like a lack of chemistry. Chemistry just kind of, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's like when you've been hurt or scarred or scorned or just kind of the trust has been broken, it's really kind of hard to get that good thing back. Because if you don't have any trust, like what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So the optimism of trying and continuously trying and working so hard to keep this together or make it work just kind of, again, whoa, 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 whoa. All right. So, oh God. And so someone needed to, maybe this could be on both ends of the spectrum, but you know, again, this came up in Aries. Just about releasing, I didn't mean that, not Aries, Libra, releasing the ex energy, because oftentimes when we've been PTSD'd, I'm making up another term, okay, but by our exes, we've been hurt, we've been scarred, we've been scorned, or maybe vice versa, right? There tends to be a tendency to continuously repeat the mistakes um, of that past relationship, or to think that every relationship is going to show up like that. Every lover now is going to show up like our ex and do the thing that they did to hurt us too. So then that puts us into this control mode where we want to control the outcome, but there is no controlling the outcome of relationships. Nobody controls anybody. Nobody owns anybody ever, right? It's just your turn. Thank you, music and Ty Dolla Sign. So that's kind of what happened. And then there was this thing where um, it just looks like there needed to be a letting go of control. There was control issues somewhere. You know what I mean? And the situation just, it got out of control. Just kept spiraling. I'm gonna say out of control. And so now there's this thing where the romance is, the thrill is gone. Okay. So that's the story. Take what resonates, but that's the story that Spirit just gave me as to what has gone on in past relationship. But do not fret, because at the bottom of the deck it does say new love, and there is a new person that has stirred your romantic feelings. Okay. I know you want me to expound on that. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so this new love is really not, I don't even feel like it's an actual person right now. I feel like there needs to be time for you to love yourself, which did actually come up for Aries. So this is just loving on yourself and healing through the past and those situations with the ex or exes. Um, Really just, man, this card I don't even think came up. Maybe it did. But I do feel like, I'm checking now. No, it didn't come up. But it's been coming up all night, okay? So I just feel like even with you, there needs to be this this space and time of hibernation, of just kind of getting back to one, getting back to yourself. Okay, loving yourself, self-care, you know. And if you're a masculine, that might look like working out, getting to the gym, or just eating healthy. Just, it might even be binging out on some, guy show or something that you like and that makes you feel good, and, or whatever. And for my femmes, this could definitely, this is just giving yourself a bubble bath. It's just taking the time for yourself. It is, matter of fact, I'm going to actually pull from, where's my deck? So that you can know exactly what you need to do. For yourself, to give yourself a little bit of, to love yourself first. How can Capricorn love themselves first? What do they need to do to give themselves love at this time? This is a time to learn. It's a time to meditate. Name your higher self. We all have a higher consciousness, and it's time for you to give yours a name. So interesting because I've never named mine. I just always say spirit or, higher self. But that's actually a pretty awesome thing, to just name your higher self so you can actually start communicating with higher self. Okay, for guidance. Sleep on it, honey. You need to get rest anyway. I feel like you haven't been resting, and I feel like someone has actually, especially because the devil card came up in this reading, has been dealing with. Now, when I say addiction, that does not mean necessarily that there's an addiction to some type of substance abuse or whatever. When I say addiction, to me, what that means in this particular reading is just kind of like sick, like being in a pattern of redundancy, a pattern of something to kind of numb yourself. Okay, so whether that's alcohol, whether that's binge watching, whether it's smoking, but whatever your vice, that whatever it is that you do to kind of zone yourself off the planet so that you don't have to deal with whatever is going on, so that you can make it through another day, another night. Okay. And I don't know why that comes up, but it does, so because the devil card came up. And so this is, get rest and respite, and you know what I'm saying? Definitely utilize meditation to your advantage. Okay. Just take your time. Take your time and be gentle with yourself. And laugh. Watch some comedy shows. Watch some, what they call them now, rom-coms, some romance comedies or something. I mean, I know that's not really a guy thing, but girls, ladies, you guys know what to do to raise your vibration. Just laugh. Get, I think for my masculines, you guys like watching, comedians. So do what you need to do to get yourself into a higher space, and whatnot. And listen to your body. That's it. It's a team effort, but that just means you got to surround yourself with people who are for you. Surround yourself with people who are your round table. People who will keep your deepest secrets. People who won't sell your secrets to the paparazzi for, like, you know what I mean, $2,000. I'm being funny, but not. Okay, surround yourself with people who are truly for you, who are not going to give you, bad advice. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be taking advice from single people if you're married. Okay, and you don't need to be taking advice, from people who are constantly running around and in and out of relationships or can't hold down a relationship for any particular amount of time. Just that's not who you need to be getting advice from. Okay, so it's a team effort, and this is just really either the team of yourself, but also about surrounding yourself around positivity. Okay, so that's it for that. What are the changes underway? And then we're going to wrap this up. The change is underway for my Capricorn. Love yourself first. That's still out here, and I put these cards away, so that's the message for you. Love yourself first. You are the new love for yourself. Hmm. This is all pretty much confirming what just came up. So, there's volunteer came out, and while volunteer could literally mean volunteering somewhere, because that could make you feel better, volunteering your services, and I feel like for some of you that's what it's about. Volunteering your time, your efforts, and your services. Do something without the expecting something in return. Volunteer your services, volunteer your time, volunteer somewhere, because first of all, that is building good karma for yourself. Okay, blessing others, being able to be a healing to others, being able to be a help to others without expecting something in return all the time. Okay, um, but family changes, because I feel like that's depositing it to your life's bank account. You know what I mean? To your spiritual bank account. Family changes, that's underway. New exercise program. For some of you, maybe you're used to exercising often, but even if you're not, this is the time, something you've been contemplating for some time now. That's one of the things that you can do to free yourself, right? To kind of get out of that bondage. It gives you a little bit of time away from home so that you can just get some clear thought, okay? And it lets you let off some steam. So getting back to some type of an exercise routine. Keep the faith. Keep the faith, but what Spirit just gave me, because it went on to say, keep the faith in yourself. Okay? Keep the faith in yourself. Gracefully aging. At the end of the day, yes, you're getting older. No, you haven't wasted time. Somebody's thinking that I've wasted so much time on this. No, you did not. Everything happens with purpose. Everything happens for a reason, and nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. Okay, so get the lessons. That's the most important thing. Relationship dynamics are changing. Okay, self-care regime, that's changing, or it needs to change. And healthcare change. So same difference, right? Just that self-care, healthcare, just really taking better care of yourself. Bottom of the deck is seeking and finding. Only you know how that resonates for you, seeking and finding. Maybe there is something, some person, place, or thing that you are seeking. But again, once you start, it's like the saying, once the student is ready, the master appears. So that's kind of the same concept. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened. Once you start going looking for what you're looking for, or for what you desire, once you start going after what you desire, right? Wisdom, seek it, you know. It's like once you start making the first move and making the steps towards something, it shows up for you, okay? You will find that. Whatever it is, if it's answers, if it's confirmations about something, if it's like literally seek and you shall find, okay? I'm going to clear these cards and we're going to see what these messages of love are for you somehow. So I'm just going to ask you to ask a question. And ask that question, relational, related, and see what Spirit brings to you to answer that question, okay? The answer gives you don't need to. I can't hear you even if you did say it to me. But just keep it right there in your mind's eye, okay? I wish I could right my wrongs. I feel shattered about the situation, broken. I haven't told you everything. I am still trying to heal. It's a self-love. Damage. We are both hurting from this. You're a better person than I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last card I'm going to pull here. You made me realize my flaws. Okay, with Shadow 5. So, where is my, I'm sorry guys. It's in my other little love deck. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. So what are the hidden secrets, hidden desires of your heart, Capricorn? Attraction, spark passion, spying, social network information ways. So are you spying on someone, Capricorn? Checking in on someone? Perhaps an old love, an old ex, a new love. Trusting, reliability, and believing. This is loyalty. Maybe you found some type of an attraction to someone else. Maybe that you're, I don't know, that you feel strongly for or passionate about, possibly, or, but they're spying. You know, there's loyalty here, or believing, reliability, and maybe this ex or maybe this other person or whoever, I don't know, has these qualities. Um, or this is what you're desiring in someone, but this is silence, frozen, no words, stone wall. So maybe there's some stagnancy there with communication. Um, but this is someone you obviously deem was a soulmate or is a soulmate. Now, that's one version of that. For some of you, this might be that you feel that, you know, even though things are wonky, there could still be some chemistry with this person. Um, and maybe you have been spying. Somebody may have gotten a private investigator, because remember, we were dealing with trust. And so that's kind of, you know, there's trust issues. That means somewhere along the line there was a breaking of loyalty, so to speak, or someone feels that way. Right? So if you're frozen, kind of stonewalling, remember that icy cold energy or whatever. Um, but this deep unity is, you know, the love connection, and that's the glue that will keep you together. For very few of you, okay? For very few of you, that is the message. If it does not resonate, then that's not your message. Your message is, you know, that this could be, I don't want to say a third party, but a different person that has, you know, piqued your interest, or someone that you're kind of reminiscing about, or some new person that you're actually interested in. Okay. Clarity is the bottom of the deck. Okay. Clarity. So this is about truth, intentions, and honesty. And maybe that's really the weight. Maybe that's why there's this lingering, I almost want to say hangman energy, you know, because there just hasn't quite been clarity, and that's really the desire. Um, to just get clarity on which direction um, to move in at this time. Okay, I think that is, man, that was a lot already, to be honest. Okay, that was a lot. So, I don't know, my Capricorns, you know, that was kind of a, kind of a, I don't want to say a dark reading, but it was definitely, heavy. I'll just say that. It was heavy. Okay. But just know this, you know, life is constantly going on. Universe is always conspiring for our success. So wherever we are is where we are supposed to be at this time. And yet, while it may not feel as though, it may not feel good, you know, this particular space, I just have to remind you that things are not happening to you, they're happening for you. Okay. So I just implore you to get the lessons. Okay. Find the lessons. Find the silver lining. Okay. And trust yourself. Trust your inner knowing. Trust your inner knowing. That's it, and that's all. Until next time, remember that love brings change. That love is the highest vibration of all. And in all you're getting, get understanding. Until next time, I love you, Capricorn. So glad to have shared this time with you, and to been able to have shared these messages with you. And again, until next time, health, wellness, wholeness. Bye.